So the Cleveland Browns have traded Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not quite sure what the Bengals are doing. I do understand. I get the thought process, right? Of, hey, we need a quarterback. Browning's not playing well. We need a guy to come in and get the ball to Jamar Chase, Higgins, and give us a chance to win. I understand that 100%. I looked at Joe Flacco's contract. It's like basically $4 million a year, I think, guaranteed, which some of that was a sign-in bonus that's already been paid. But it just, like, think of it this way. It is so incredibly rare to have a team trade a player in the division. Just period. Whether the guy's good, whether he stinks, that is incredibly rare. I mean, we rarely see teams make like draft day trades of picks within the division. Like it's just that rare, because the chance that the guy that I traded you for, or the pick that I traded, just the chance of that person, that draft pick, that player, like coming back to haunt us, I think, is why teams usually just don't do that. So the fact that the Browns were willing to do this and traded him to the Bengals should have said something to the Bengals, but they're the Bengals. It's a dysfunctional franchise, so they made what I think is a poor choice. It's just my opinion. Obviously, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme. But I've even made videos about the Bengals that they've never changed who they were. They haven't changed. It's still Mike Brown doing things a cheap way. Just not. He hasn't changed. Not willing to really do anything to put the franchise in position to actually win. You basically just lucked up and got Joe Burrow, because if you got the number 1 pick in a different draft and you got the number 5 or 6 pick that year, you don't have that special guy. And I think really that's the only difference. That's it. Like, you still the same, making bad choices. Let's have 2 receivers making, what's that, $60 million or whatever it is, $55 million a year. Let's do that. That makes perfect sense, especially when your defense is abysmal, and it was abysmal all last year, even with Trey Hendrickson, and you didn't even want to re-sign him. You end up, they restructured it. Basically, at the end of this season, Trey Hendrickson is going to be an unrestricted free agent, and what that means is the Bengals cannot franchise tag him. Like, he is going to be a true free and clear free agent, and he can go to the highest bidder wherever he wants. He can literally do anything he wants, and the team has no more control over him. And I think that's a really poor way of doing things, because look at how your season is going now, and that player is getting ready to walk for nothing. Now, if you're going to tell me that, hey, we'll make a trade and we'll trade Trey Hendrickson for, and I have no idea what he would go for, but let's just say 2 second-round picks to, I don't know, the Lions or Washington Commanders, or like a team that's trying to contend and get to a Super Bowl. Okay, then we may have a different decision or discussion, but we'll see if they do that, because once again, it's the Bengals. It's the Bengals. I think they should have traded T. Higgins 2 years ago, because I just thought he, number one, is a valuable wide receiver. I think a team like the New England Patriots would have loved to have T. Higgins a couple years ago, while they're trying to, now develop Drake May. Now, granted, they got Steph and Diggs, but nonetheless, like, try to get something of value for the guy, so that way you can build your roster. Your O-line is awful. Your D-line stinks outside of Hendrickson. Like, they're just so, the core spots you're not very good at outside of quarterback, and which, because you're not good at the O-line and other spots, he's hurt a lot. He had the calf, he had the elbow, wrist thing. He tore his knee up his rookie year. This year now he's got the turf toe thing. He's out 3 months. I mean, it's a mess. But it just shows, like, once again, the Bengals, you're like, if a team is willing to trade him in division, it should be a message to you. We probably shouldn't go this route. I thought they should have went Jameis Winston. I took a look at his contract. He had a 2-year deal, but it's basically still like, I don't even think it's $8 million fully guaranteed over the 2 years. So I thought that would have been a better option because, number one, and I don't know what Jake Browning's contract is, but number one for Jameis, I think he's a guy who's more aggressive. He's going to push the ball down the field. He will throw some interceptions, but he'll throw you a bunch of touchdowns too. But you can also have him for the next season as well. I mean, all of the teams that Jameis has been on recently, and he at this point is a career backup, but everybody loves him. So you would have had him the next year as well to also serve as Joe Burrow's backup. So I just thought it was a misstep by the Bengals. We'll see what happens, but I'm not expecting much of anything out of Flacco with the Bengals. So let me know your thoughts. That's it for me. Peace.